Let's chat about when you're with the unhealthy person and you have to get surgery and they're the one taking care of you. Oh, how quickly will you learn you were never the priority and they really don't like you? I'm going to utilize Rick in this story. About 90 days before I went in for my surgery, I just found out I was approved. My cosmetic surgeon was like, Nicole, it's going to be $3,500. You can pay it the day of surgery. I said, cool, sign me up. I didn't have it. I had 2 grand. Rick, ring, ring. I said, I need to borrow $1,500. We can pay it the day of the surgery. I need to get this done. It was surgery in my mouth. I've been wanting this for a long time, and I'm really gonna need your help. I wasn't taking no for an answer, basically. And so Rick was like, yeah, okay, I'll give you, $1,500. I was like, yep, again, I'll pay you back 30 days, after the surgery. Really gonna need your help around the house cleaning. He's like, well, how about you help me clean the house before you go into surgery? So I don't have to do a lot after you get out of surgery because I have to still work. And I'm like, yeah, cool, sounds good. I agree. Now, a few days before my surgery, I started noticing Rick watching a lot of like short videos on how people were coming off of anesthesia and some of the things that they would say. And he's just laughing his little toesies off. And he's like, oh my God, Nicole, I can't wait till you come off of anesthesia. This is going to be amazing. I honestly think I'll upload it. And I was like, upload what? And he was like, you coming off of anesthesia. This is going to be so funny. I can't wait to hear the things that you'll say. And I was like, well, I guess that won't happen because you're not going to film me doing anything. Do you know how embarrassed and humiliated I would be in such a vulnerable position? Don't do that to me. I would feel highly disrespected if you did that to me. And Rick was like, great, I'm going to do it. I said, I don't have time to worry about this. I have surgery in a couple of days. I'm very nervous. Like, that was that. Now, day of surgery, I have surgery at 3 in the afternoon. Can't eat all day. Now, I come out of surgery, it's about 5:55, and again, the surgery's in my mouth, so I'm not supposed to be speaking. I can't really talk. The surgeon is right behind me, wheeling me out, and 2 medical assistants, and Rick is with the camera, bright lights on, in my face. Nicole, how was it? Nicole, Nicole. And I hear the surgeon say, could you open the door to the car? He's like, oh, yeah. Rick's like, yeah, I got that, yeah. And he's got the camera like this and opening the door. I'm standing up and he's like, okay, we need to get Nicole in the car, sit her down, put her seatbelt on. Let me give you instructions for aftercare. And Rick still has the camera on me, listening to these after instructions. Okay. Now, he goes to the driver's side and camera's off at this point. And, the surgeon is like, Nicole, great job. You did wonderful. I think this is going to be a great recovery for you. Any questions, you call us. See you back in 6 weeks. And he goes, by the way, within the hour, you need to get something in your belly and those pain meds, okay? Take 2 of them because you are going to be hurting. Your face is going to feel like a watermelon. And I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, okay. And he's like, again, great job. Now, Rick is back with the camera in my face and he's like, Nicole, how was it? Talk to me. Well, like, what happened? And I'm like, can you just drive? And he's like, what? He's like, what are you saying? And I'm like, I just had mouth surgery. I can't talk. Come on. This fool puts the phone down and he's like, oh my God, boring. Ugh. You seem fine after surgery. Ugh, what a waste of time. Now he's like, what do you want to eat? He's pissed. He's upset. He books it around the corner and I'm like, ugh. I'm like, huh. And he was like, oh, sorry, what do you want to eat? And I'm like, I just, soup, like something, I want soup or I want, we end up going to this place called a Mongolian bistro where they do like noodles, meats, and like veggies and sauces, and they saute it up on this big, you guys know. And I'm just like, I just need to get food in so I can take these payments. I'm already starting to feel it creep in, the pain. We get to the restaurant and it's just like a buffet style. Now, Rick is quite a bit in front of me, and this is, I mean, the more I'm walking to the buffet, the more the pain is starting to set in. By the time I get there, I grab this bowl, I'm in excruciating pain, and I just have to stop and I'm just like, oh my gosh. Oh. Now I'm putting in some vegetables, and then I get to the meat, and that's when it's full blown where I just stop. I put the food down, and Rick is like, with the sauces. He's not even worried about me. So I'm like, Rick, Rick, Rick. He looks over at me. He's like, what? And I'm like, what? I was like, my mouth, my mouth, my mouth. And he was like, I can't understand you. What? And he's like yelling. And I'm all, oh, my mouth. I've got, like tears are coming down. And he's now standing in the front of, the place where they start sauteing up the food. One of the chefs come from the side, and he's like, Miss, are you okay? And I'm like, oh, my mouth. I'm like, my mouth, my mouth. Here's Rick like this. It's okay. She's fine. She just had surgery. And the chef is like, do you need help, miss? Or do you need help? I'm like, yes, yes. And here's Rick. I got it. I'm going to help her. This is Rick. What do you want? And I'm like, put this in. I didn't even have time to have feelings hurt or be upset, you guys. Just put this in the bowl. Put this. We go over, we get it sauteed, and I'm just standing there like this, just rubbing my face, okay? Still hadn't had my pain meds. I go out to the car, and I just start eating these vegetables. Take 2 of the pain meds out, swallow those down. Now, Rick and I, we had like a 2-hour drive home. We didn't say nothing to each other. Obviously, I can't talk. Now, for that night and the next day, I just stayed in the room. I did some walking around the house to get blood flow and circulation, but I just stayed in the room. Next week later, everything still stayed clean in the house. I just didn't even bother with Rick. Now, second week out, I'm back to work. I'm doing better. Even everyone at my job is like, wow, Nicole, you're doing really good for just having surgery. And I'm like, yeah, really good. Got to make this money. Now, the third week, I give Rick his $1,500 back. Rick says to me, okay, thank you. Yeah, I appreciate it. I didn't think you would pay me that fast. I thought, for sure you wouldn't pay me. And I was like, I'm definitely going to pay you. Here's your $1,500. I don't want to hear anything from you. I don't want to hear anything about this. 3 weeks later, so now we're at 6 weeks, post surgery. I go in. On our way down, again, 2-hour drive. On our way down, Rick is like, hey, so about that $1,500 that you owe me, when do you think you could start paying? I was like, I already paid you. He was like, no, I haven't gotten anything from you. I think I've been pretty nice about it. I was pretty nice to you while you were healing. And when do you think you'd be able to pay that? And I'm like, it's been paid. You don't remember 3 weeks after I gave you $1,500? No, you didn't do that. You didn't give me anything. Yeah, right. 3 weeks later, how'd you have $1,500? And here I am with the bank, like $1,500 taken out. I'm like, that's what I paid you, remember, on that date, 3 weeks, almost to a T. Like, what are you talking about? Oh, I don't remember that, he says. Oh, you did pay me back. Wow. Look at you being responsible. You guys, when you do stuff for yourself, they love to sabotage it. They love to make you feel bad, diminish you. They love to belittle you. Okay, I want to do a couple more videos on sabotage and how anytime you're trying to better yourself, they're going to ruin it. Hope this helps.